Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom08, and this is episode 9 of my 1.19 Billionaire Minecraft series, where I will collect 1 billion gold ingots in modded Minecraft version 1.19 using the All the Mods 8 mod pack from CurseForge. In today's episode, I'm going to finish the mob spawning system that I started last time, and then I am also going to upgrade a flex board that I built between episodes. The flex board is actually nothing, it's not hard to build. I will show the crafting recipe real quick, but for right now, let's start the process of what I did to actually get a pickaxe to where I can harvest spawners. So I do need to test this out, but I'm suspecting that you need Silk Touch to actually harvest spawners without breaking them. I will test that out in this episode, but for right now, let's go ahead and make a... What is that? Sorry, that was... I have no idea what happened there. Apparently it burned. Anyways, what I did to get a Silk Touch pickaxe was I just took a pickaxe that I made with materials that I had lots of. So I just made a copper one to show an example here. And then I went over to this enchanting table. Eventually I got Silk Touch. I had to try, I think, something like 12 times to get one with Silk Touch. But anyways, I just made a regular pickaxe. And then it's actually pretty simple to upgrade that pickaxe because it is from the mod Silent Gear. So what I did was as you can see, it's a platinum pickaxe. I just made a platinum head, and then you just stick this in the crafting table, and it switches out the current head for the head that you place beside it, and then you get this in return. Now, obviously, I don't need that, and I don't even need this pickaxe because I have this one down here with Silk Touch. So let's just get rid of that. I don't need it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Nether to actually harvest a blaze spawner because I think blazes will be super cool. Now, what I did between episodes is actually I just built this building. I didn't do anything else. It does have an internal structure here, and the spawn chamber is here. And as you can see, it has killed some more mobs since last episode. Occasionally I lure mobs in this direction so that this can kill it. And I did capture an Enderman between episodes as well because I saw one roaming around. I figured I might as well. So I just used my mob imprisonment tool. I released the sheep that I had, and then I captured an Enderman. So I should be able to spawn Enderman, and that's going to be super cool because getting Ender pearls, is going to be super valuable. Now let me make sure I have my jetpack with me before we go roaming to the Nether. So what I want to do is harvest a blaze spawner. I am also going to maybe harvest a blaze spawner with my hammer because it doesn't have Silk Touch, just to test my theory that I need Silk Touch on the tool harvesting the spawner to actually pick it up, because I'm not even sure that that's required, but I think it is. So I just went ahead and did it anyways. So it should be actually fairly easy to find a spawner since I can fly here. There's a lot of stuff up here. Okay, let's not worry about that right now. Let's just find a spawner. There is not a spawner there. I know that there's a spawner somewhere. I've seen one around here. There's a named enemy, so I don't want to go near him. Okay, where are the spawners? I was thinking that there were multiple spawners that weren't too... Okay, there's one right here. Oh my goodness. So let's take care of these guys, maybe? Okay, that's cool. I picked up the spawner, and I do want to double check that it is in a usable state. Yeah, it looks good. So the next thing I want to do is I want to find another spawner and just pick it up without my Silk Touch and see if I can actually pick it up, because if you don't need Silk Touch, that actually saves some hassle. Getting Silk Touch is not always super easy, and I spent a lot of my levels to get Silk Touch. There's another one. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, so you get a broken spawner if you don't have Silk Touch. I kind of suspected that was the case, but I didn't know. So it is good to know that Silk Touch is required to pick up an unbroken spawner. But at the same time, it's super cool that you can pick up unbroken spawners because basically having blaze rods on demand is just super, super valuable. So that's going to be cool. I'm going to set up this spawner in my spawn chamber, and I'm going to see if it's going to function how I want it to. It should. I know in the past I've used I think it's called apotheosis, but I could easily be mispronouncing that. I've used this mod before to set up spawners. In the past, I don't remember the exact process, but I feel like you didn't get unbroken spawners. You had to do something to make them active. But it very much looks like this is just going to work. So I'm going to place it right here. And I'm going to see if it's going to spawn anything. It looks like it's active, but I obviously hasn't spawned anything just yet. Maybe if I... Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. And that's going to give me blaze rods. So that is super, super nice. In addition to that, it's also going to power this. I'm going to go ahead and put this in here because I would like to get some ender pearls. So that's super nice. So we already got an ender pearl. I think I already had one in here. I can't be sure of that. But that's super cool. So I'm going to get ender pearls. I'm going to get blaze rods from this setup. And I don't have to worry about a thing. It just is going to happen. So that's super cool for me. Yeah, that's super, super nice. So this is just kind of a set it and forget it thing. I don't think the spawner will be active when I'm not near it. But that's not really a problem, to be honest. All of the Endermen getting out might be a problem, though. I was thinking that they couldn't actually escape from... Okay, so they are spawned in here. It just looks like they're teleporting away. So I'm not going to worry about it. We'll get some ender pearls from it. It's not a big deal that we're very obviously not getting all of them. I won't need a lot of ender pearls, to be honest. And just having a few is going to be super valuable. Later on, I might improve upon that. But for right now, it's going to work just fine. So I'm going to get blaze rods. Super cool. Let's go ahead and make upgrade my flux spore. Let's take a look at the recipe for the things that I built. First off, just to see if you want to build a flux spore yourself, what you need. So basically, you're going to need tin, you're going to need gold, and you're going to need iron and copper and things like that. So the flux spore itself isn't super valuable. It does require energy to mine, and at a base level, it mines one block at a time. However, it's actually pretty easy to upgrade to do more. So let's take a look at what you can do to do that. First of all, I crafted reinforced integral components. Now what this does is when you upgrade it, it scales the upgrades that you add to it. So for example, I could add stabilized RF coils to it, and basically by adding the components here, the reinforced integral components, it basically ups the modifiers of the upgrades that I add to it. So I'm not going to add these. I'm just going to add radius enhancement, but I am going to have flux capacitors that I'm going to upgrade with these. And later on, I might upgrade them with these integral components. But for right now, I'm not going to worry about that because the integral components are a little bit expensive. So this first one isn't too bad. It's just Invar and gold. But the second one requires 8 signalum and 4 electrum, as well as that first level integral components. So the signalum gears obviously require 4 signalum apiece. Signalum is not super expensive, but at the same time, it's not super cheap either. The redstone is the thing that I don't have like a lot of, but I do have a lot of silver and copper. So if I were to be able to acquire lots of redstone, that wouldn't be a problem. So let's run over here. So you actually need this Tinker's Workbench, which I made in one of the last few episodes. So what you're going to do is you're going to change this to augment mode. and then you are going to drop whatever you want to augment in here, and it should have augment slots, a different number for different things. So for example, the flex bore has 4 spots, and each of these flex capacitors has 3 slots. So let's go ahead and add this and then these 3 guys to the flex bore. Now if you want to add these, don't hit shift and click it, because it will actually go into the Tinker's Workbench itself. I've had issues before to where I have this tab closed and then I shift and I'm like, oh, it disappeared. No, it just went right here. So keep that in mind when you're upgrading your flux bore. So let's take that out. And first of all, I need to go to the controls here and go to keybinds, and it should be under thermal expansion, or no, it'll probably be under COFH. Now cycle mode up and cycle mode down, so V and B. Let's see if any of those work. So let's hold it and hit V. Okay, I can see that it's changing. So if you watch the ground here, it go from 1 block to 9 blocks to what, 27 blocks to what, 49 blocks. I think this is 25 blocks, and then yeah, 49 blocks. So yeah, it can mine 7 by 7, and it should be able to do dirts or anything that's dirt and stone all at the same time as well. So that's really cool. Let's go ahead and set it to single block mode for right now. That way I don't destroy a bunch of stuff by accident. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in these flex capacitors, and then I'm going to add 2 of these. Okay, I can just add 1 of them apparently. I can only add 1 per. So I did not realize that. So let's take that out and then add this one and throw one of those in there. At some point I will probably add integral component, or yeah, one of these components here to it, but for right now I'm not going to worry about it. And let's change this to charge mode. And as you can see, this can now hold 3 million RF, whereas before it could only hold 500,000 RF. Now the flux board itself can't hold that much. At a base level, it can only hold 50,000 RF. However, with the integral components I added, it can now hold 150,000 RF. So having these flex capacitors is actually going to be pretty much necessary to use the flux bore or any of the other flux tools. There are a few others, I think. Let's take a look if we can't find. Okay, so there's the flux saw. That is also actually, it's not super valuable when you have saws from like Silent Gear that can take down whole trees. So I'm going to let this charge for a little bit, and I do want to make something else. I want to make a magnet. So, and I want to make this magnet because how much is this? That's actually not too expensive. I might go ahead and make the advanced magnet. So this just pulls things near you, to you. And that is valuable because when you're harvesting 49 blocks at a time, not all of them fall within like your catch radius or whatever. So let's grab an ender pearl. Let's actually just grab all of them that we have in here for right now, as well as all the blaze rods, because those are the significant drops. And let's tote them back to my refined storage system. Let's throw them in, and let's go ahead and make that magnet. And then let's go ahead and upgrade that to the advanced magnet. So we have lots of blaze powder. Obviously, we have ender pearls, and we should have a decent supply of ender pearls. Oh, I just need to add my magnet there, and that should make it. So I don't remember if I have to activate this. Let me shift click. Okay, so cool. I did not know it had like a menu. So if you just click, it turns it on or off. Let's see if we can't put it in one of my slots here. And let me go grab a flex capacitor. So my battery is used up. I have a battery underneath, and I have 4 winch generators outside. So let's just go ahead and grab that for right now. Let's throw in the secondary one, get that charging while we use this one. If I remember right, I have to activate it. Yes. And then I need to hit the V to change the mode, maybe. Okay, so I thought it had different modes here. It does. Okay, so it's on mode inventory. All items. Equipment. Let's go all items. And then I should be able to place it somewhere. Okay, are there any charms here? Can I not? I thought I could place it in one of these other slots, but apparently it needs to be in the same slot as my flux capacitor. Now, I should be able to just carry my flux capacitor anywhere on me, and it should work. So what we can do is we can actually divest ourselves of a couple things here. So I'm not going to need this anymore because I'm going to be using my flex bore as my primary tool here. So I also don't need that because I won't need to repair things. So I can keep that right there. My bow and my other armor are just kind of things that I don't actually keep on me all the time anyways. I just kind of when I'm on the surface and might have to fight things. So let's just get rid of the other stuff as well. And I do want to show you kind of the power of the flux bore here. Okay, so let's take it for a test drive. This is going to be a super short test drive, and then I think it'll be a good wrapping up point for the episode. But just to show you guys what exactly the power of the flux bore is, let's go down to the Y level 20. It's somewhere where I actually do some mining because you can find a decent amount of iron and some other things as well. So let's go this way. Okay, so now that we got this, see, it's getting the stone and the gravel as well. And as you can see, has not lost any charge, and that's because it's drawing charge from the flux capacitor. So let's actually start a shaft here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a little way, that way I clear my stairwell. And then I'm going to switch this to 7x7 mode. And as you can see, the magnet is also working. It's pulling everything near me. So let's change this to 7x7 mode. Okay, that should be 7x7 mode. And it should, if I remember right, offset. And so, yeah, it doesn't go like down or anything. So you're doing weird stuff. So yeah, this is going to be super valuable. I am going to have to place my torches kind of in the middle. Just because, but this is going to speed up mining considerably. I won't have to worry about doing different things for stone or carving around certain stones, because with a hammer, for example, one of the annoying things was if you had two different types of materials, say you had infernium ore and there's an iron ore beside it. If I was to mine this infernium ore, it wouldn't actually mine the ores beside it, which was kind of annoying. But with this, it just mines everything, so that is super valuable. I don't think it'll do like woods and stuff, so like if I come across like a mine shaft, I'll still have to do some tinkering to get around it. But this is super, super nice. And as you can see, I've already filled my inventory with stuff. Most of it's just junk, to be honest, but we are getting some valuable stuff here, and it's going to make mining super, super quick. So I'm excited about this. Obviously, I need to go down, get some more redstone and lapis and things, some diamonds. But yeah, this is going to be super, super valuable for me. We did use, 200,000 RF, a little bit more than 200,000 RF. So it does kind of chew through energy when you're on the mining 49 blocks at a time mode. But at the same time, it is going to be super, super nice. I might make some more wind generators, to be honest. Between episodes, but I might not, because like I can just go away and log off for a while, have my stuff charged, and then come back. But anyways, I think that's a good wrapping up point. So in today's episode, I set up my spawner over here. I just added a blaze spawner to this, and then I threw my mob entrapment tool, I forget what it's called, imprisonment tool, in there with my Endermen, and I should get ender pearls and I should get blaze rods out of that. So I'm super excited about that. I do need to be nearish for this system to actually work, but that's not too big of a problem. When I'm up here or tinkering around out here, it should get me some ender pearls and some blaze rods as well. So that's super cool. And then in the second half of the episode, I went ahead and I upgraded my flux bore. I upgraded my flux capacitor, and I made a magnet as well. And that'll help me mine things considerably quicker than I've been able to in the past. So if you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to drop a like down below. If you enjoy large-scale automation in modded Minecraft, definitely consider subscribing to the channel because that is where I am headed in this series. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will build with you next time.